For the sports animal, your afternoon drive.
Yippee!
Number 2, Men On.
That's us.
Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Mostly Fred this time.
And in the on-deck circle, Amory Castillo.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley.
Stand by. Mike's hot.
It's Tuesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? Well, that means the Lakers suck. They really, really suck.
Oh, man, we're just diving right into it, huh, brother?
Okay, you go by 20. You go, now we good. Like, let's coast.
They played as good of basketball as they possibly could have and still lost to Jokic.
Oh, God.
That's the story of the past 2 years with them.
Jamal Murray,
Who?
was basically a single-person bricklaying operation
Until
it really mattered right down the stretch, and they couldn't stop him.
oh gosh,
Jokic playing in flip-flops. Got a 20-20 triple-double again. Jokic. Okay.
LeBron double.
LeBron crushed it.
12 assists, 38 points.
Played the lights out.
Anthony Davis double.
This
Played
is what happened
lights
last
out.
year, man. They played great games, and they just couldn't win.
Well, not all of last year. It's only been the last 6 playoff games for LeBron.
And the last 10 against the Nuggets.
Guy, he sucks so bad all of a sudden. It's like he got old. Oh, he did get old.
He got old like 10 years ago in NBA years.
Oh, my God.
Didn't you just say he had a double-double?
He's the greatest of all time, but he's so old.
He was absolutely on fire. He put that team on his back, and the Nuggets were still better.
And also, Nikola didn't have a double-double, man. He had triple-double.
Triple-double.
He's so
He had a
unreal.
20-20 triple-double.
He
Let me tell you the historical significance
40,
of this, Fred.
20 and 10.
In the history of the
Or
National
27,
Basketball
not 40, sorry.
in the history of the National Basketball Association, before Nikola Jokic, 4 people had at least 20 points, at least 20 rebounds, triple-double. 4 people in the history of NBA. Jokic has already done it 4 times.
He's unreal.
It's insane.
He's like multiple-time MVP. He'll probably win the MVP this year. He's going to win the championship again. He's going to be the MVP again. He's going to this year. I think he's already passed Hakeem Olajuwon. It's close. It's close.
Close.
It's close.
Close.
If not. But he's about to put himself in that conversation of the best number 5s of all time.
I mean, except for whom? Shaq,
Wilt,
Kareem,
Magic,
have had
Magic Johnson 1 game.
longer careers. He's got to show a little bit of length. He's got to show a little bit of staying power in his career.
Oh, he will quit
and we can start arguing.
He'll quit before it's too long.
I'm taking prime Dwight over Jokic right now.
Dwight who?
For as far as like a really high peak goes?
Dwight Howard, if you put Jokic on that 09 Magic, they're not knocking out LeBron, and I don't think they're going to the finals.
The only thing Dwight Howard is...
That was a super high peak, though. Dwight Howard is Terrell Davis.
He's the MVGP, which is the most valuable grinder profile. Like, he's not actually the most valuable. What did he do that was so revolutionary? He played defense well, but I think Anthony Davis plays defense well, but the NBA hates him for some reason.
I mean, Dwight Howard was just skinny Shaq for like 5 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here, if you're
It's not, you're super correct, Zay. Like, it's not lost on me how good Dwight Howard was there for a bit.
100% lost on me. Because if you were to be like, hey, Freddie, what's Dwight Howard's career highlight? I would be like, when he jumped over a car. Like, that's what I would tell you is the thing that stands out to me. I can't think of a game situation or a time where he was the dude.
What he did it so often. So it was just like there wasn't like one specific one that just stood out over everything else. But every game was just sending shots to the rafters and was catching oops.
One of the baddest
everybody's
dudes.
will.
One of the baddest dudes to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Not talking about Grinder.
I am talking about.
I'm talking about basketball.
He's not. I think going to even be in a lot of people's top 10 conversations.
No, because he didn't do it for long enough.
No, he's not. He doesn't have it.
But if we're talking like Nikola Jokic's peak right now, top 5 all time.
Oh, okay. But if we're talking about peaks, Nikola Jokic right now is not nearly as good as Jeremy Lin for 5 games. What are we doing? We really cherry picking some sample sizes?
Well, I mean, that's exactly what you're doing.
What's funny? That's kind of true. Like Lin was insane for that little stretch, and he took out Kobe in that.
He was Lin-sane.
They said Lin-sane.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in New York,
Lin-sane and the Lin brain.
He's as good at Twitter burns as Dwight Howard is at Grinder burns. So many in a row.
But what Jokic is doing, it's just ridiculous
you think
to watch.
Top 5? Give it to me again. So Shaq
over Jokic.
Okay. Wilt
over Jokic. Kareem
over
Jokic. And
Bill.
I think that's the only
Bill.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Bill Russell.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, their peaks
But Akeem.
over neck and neck.
Yeah.
I'd take Jokic right now.
I take Jokic.
And I am from Houston.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Okay, that is like legitimate praise.
That's the one that gets me from when I was a kid, though, because the dream, like working back to the basket, like.
But the Dream did it for 15 years. Jokic is like creeping up on 10. If he can keep doing it, he's going to.
Better than Ewing.
Yeah, better than Ewing already.
Yeah, I've got a list here that was made in 2023, and Jokic is 9 on this one. So I'd imagine.
Give me the 8 in front of him. I'll tell you who's lying.
Okay, so we've got number 1. We've got Kareem.
Sure.
Check.
Bill Russell. I'll go no order here. Wilt Chamberlain.
Check.
Shaq.
Check.
Yeah.
Hakeem.
I think
neck and neck.
Yeah, it's so close.
Yeah.
I'll sit with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, keep going.
Moses.
No.
David Robinson.
No.
So that's an interesting one because David Robinson's career was over until Tim Duncan showed up.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the downswing.
Yeah.
Sure.
He was. You sunk my battleship, the Admiral.
Yeah, I got Jokic.
Who else is there?
Significantly over Moses. Neck
Just
and neck
Ewing.
with Hakeem and barely one step ahead of Robinson.
And what was the other one, Isaiah? I'm sorry.
Ewing is number 8.
No,
Ahead of Ewing.
Yeah, Ewing's
Yeah.
Ewing is he's the outside looking in of every conversation forever.
Jokic tied for 5 right now with
Jokic is
Hakeem.
tied for 5 with Hakeem.
Yeah.
Right after him, you got George Mikan, then Bob McAdoo,
Oh,
and Wes
cool.
Unseld.
Yeah, okay.
falls off fast.
Yeah,
is what
Big
I'm saying.
drop off.
Who are
Big
they
drop
playing
off.
against?
Where did they put prime Dwight?
Yeah.
Yeah, why is he not?
7?
Whoa,
Because he
he's
won
15th.
Yeah, he's not good, dude.
15?
You have Dwight eyes the way I have Hakeem eyes.
Uh-huh.
Because I was that age, like the age that Isaiah was when Dwight was doing it. That's the age I was when Hakeem was doing it.
Yeah.
And I would look at Hakeem Olajuwon as a kid and go, greatest athlete of all time, back to the basket.
Mhm.
And if you tried to tell me otherwise, I would put my fingers in my ear and I would dream shake away from that conversation.
Well, he was a unicorn at the time. He wasn't just taller than everybody and skilled.
Yeah.
Hakeem could have, and in that generation of basketball, Hakeem could have ran point for the Rockets.
And if we're going to have the real in the prime conversation, which, by the way, I like for sports
Sure.
talk, but if you try to hit me with this outside of here, I'll ask you to leave me very much alone.
Okay.
I'm not interested.
Go on.
Miss me. Prime center all time, it's Arvydas Sabonis.
You're super wrong.
I am not.
Yeah, you're super
Go
wrong.
back and watch any of
You're
it.
super wrong.
He beat up those losers in Russia for so long.
Yeah, but he didn't do it on the biggest scale like Jokic is doing right now.
Sweep behind the back
Jokic
passes.
Sabonis is a great comp 20 years ago
So sweet.
for what Jokic is doing now.
Yeah.
Centers like Sabonis, Hakeem was the only one that was like generating rebounds and running plays and passing, doing behind the back, between the leg stuff.
Mhm.
It was just Hakeem and Sabonis at the time.
What was the name of the big white cat who played in Utah with Karl Malone all those years? You know what I'm talking about. Number 11 had the big head.
Oh,
Probably
come on, Brent.
probably from Jokic's neighborhood.
God, I want to say Rick Schmitz, but it's not.
No, he played for
That's
the Pacers.
Indy.
It's not Detlef Schrempf. He played for Seattle.
Seattle.
Greg Ostertag. Is that a guy?
I don't remember him being that skilled, though. He was just large.
You know what I'm talking about?
He was, hell yeah, I do. Yeah. Uh-huh. Ostertag. That was towards the end of the Jazz run.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
It
that.
wasn't Mark Eaton, was it?
No, Mark Eaton could play a little bit. This guy was just like just a big old body. He's just a big old boy down
Large
there.
human.
And
Large human that could dribble.
And he would move away from the play so that Karl Malone and John Stockton would have room to pick and roll. His whole job of the offense.
No one followed him over there. They're like, we're not falling for this. No one's following you to the corner.
Oh, gosh. He would have beat LeBron last night. The Lakers don't know how to win anymore.
Dude, they were up 14 in game 1. They were up 20 in game 2.
Yeah.
And then the molasses pace, dink and dunk will eventually get it done. Nuggets were just efficient. Second half of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Crept up on them, kept nibbling away at the lead, and played really good, efficient basketball in the second half. And it's like, we don't need to hit threes over and over again. There will drive you insane with our efficiency.
There was like a minute left, and I guess there was like 11, it was under a minute, but there was like 11 on the shot clock left. LeBron gets it, pulls up the three and misses. And you think, like, this would have been with, like, 30 seconds left, I guess.
That was 100% heat check because he just nailed 2 of them.
Yeah. But, you have a moment where you're like, because if he hits it, we're having a whole nother conversation, whatever. But he doesn't hit it, right? And you have this moment where you're like, well, now they have the ball. Now they have 11 seconds. Now, game's tied or whatever, Jamal Murray comes down. And you go, 11 seconds is a lot of seconds, man. Like, if you just hold on to it.
Yeah.
If you
Jamal Murray,
different game.
Jamal Murray has like the mental edge over the Lakers, so I'm sure he felt so confident, and he probably saw the future and was like, "I don't care how I get this shot off, but it's going in."
Keep going in.
You mean
on Anthony Davis?
Are you talking about
on a 7-footer
when he's dribbling it down? Though, you think he has that mindset?
Yeah, he knows already.
Because I'm wild out about it, right? Because as he's crossing the timeline for the final possession, like I'm Freddie. Like, give it to 15. like, what are we doing? Like, and he had that little screen or whatever.
It was not a good shot.
No, it was not.
No.
Going towards your own bench, fading away, the whole thing.
It is a low percentage shot. Fade away, mid-range jumpers with a 7-footer in your face.
Well, and 2 plays earlier, they try to run that same high pick and roll where Jokic comes up, but Davis doesn't switch that time. He stays with Jokic, and you got the undersized guy on him. So maybe they thought they were going to get this exact thing that they did get and then capitalize and won the game.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we're going to compare Murray to Kobe and Shaq
go ahead,
at all back in the days.
Right,
but I'll say this. I'll put it this way. I think that their relationship and the reason he may have not been thinking kick it to 15, he probably has that green light to the point where he has that shot making ability.
I think
they
he
probably
does,
know, like, if you feel it, take it. We'll live with the results.
Oh,
especially
sure. Well, and to peel off that really good point, Isaiah, I think Porter has it too. I think Michael Porter Jr. has it. I think they have 3 guys where they're like, you 3 dudes stroke it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Take it. You got it. We trust you.
Oh, Pope different.
Yeah.
He's got a green light.
Yeah, but he didn't get there the way those guys did. Like, those 3 dudes are dudes, and then Pope is like,
True.
Can we split a, hey guys, you remember me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here too.
We were 1 KCP bucket and 1 Hashimura 3 away from hitting our Prize Picks lineup yesterday, by the way,
we
boys.
missed on the one kid too. We weren't good yesterday on Prize Picks. We were not good.
I think I had 1 different than you guys did.
Yeah, because we had Austin Reeves.
Because I had a 4-pack and got my money back.
We have our Prize Pick in today.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you in just a little bit. But we're going with a different strategy on Prize Picks now because of how poorly we've done.
I have an idea.
Oh,
okay. Here we go.
What you guys could have done, but
before we lost half our bankroll, you couldn't have given us this idea.
Well, I'll tell you guys and the friends of the show at the same time.
Thank you.
That is nice.
Whenever we are ready.
If it's good content, we're like, forget our bankroll. The Knicks game was more controversial than the Lakers game.
Sure.
But it was 2 tremendous collapses.
Yeah.
And we'll jump into that whenever we get back from the break. The boys are at Rio Bravo Brewing. So crazy.
Bonus Tuesday, baby.
Well, we're always here on Taco Day.
Yeah.
Delicious tacos.
I was wondering what should be.
If you are Oppo Taco, you're either really good at hitting to the other field or not invited here tonight.
Ooh, bummer.
Yeah, you're one of those 2 things. Come hang out with the boys. We're at Rio Bravo Brewery. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're off at 6:15, though, Van. Ice Hopes play baseball tonight. You and I are at the ballpark tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're throwing out the first pitch.
Pitching it up.
I'm only kind of there. I'm like kind of there. It's a wrestling show day.
Yeah.
So Duke City Championship Wrestling at the historic El Rey Theater tomorrow night. So I have to be in wrestling mode tomorrow, but I'll come up and I'll do the show. For some, we'll throw out the first pitch. I'll rush back over to the El Rey. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a special thing. And then Thursday, if you want to hang out with Van and I, all you have to do is meet us at the ballpark at 11 a.m.
Yes.
And then
day game.
Yeah.
Sadie's.
Sloppy.
Then probably something weird afterwards.
Super weird. Because I don't have wrestling.
Long day.
Yeah.
I'm in.
It's going to be a heavy Isaiah show on Friday. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. Live from Rio Bravo, the sports animal. I'm ready for like all the jokes. Like I'm super ready for that. And we need to circle back around and talk about Jokic's brother beating up. like a fan.
I mean, he was facing him. They were face to face, but that was as close to a sucker punch as it gets.
You saw the video?
I did.
All right, so I'm going to need your help on it because I'm the guy who can't look at that stuff.
It's not that brutal.
Oh, it's not?
That's not that brutal. No.
It could have been worse, but maybe
could
he
have
doesn't
been
have it in him.
way worse. Yeah.
I
It
get
could have been exponentially
Yeah,
worse.
I get so weirded out by that stuff. I've never in my life been like, you know what's going to help this situation? Like, never in my life have been like, I think a punch would fix this. Like, that'll solve it.
I mean, are you a ex-gangster from Eastern Europe?
Yeah, Fred, you know about
It
those
might
guys.
change your thought process a tiny bit.
Hey, you know how many ex-gangsters from Eastern Europe have ever punched me? It's 0.
Okay, well, you don't get hammered and talk smack to them at a basketball game.
Hey, not in a language they
so
understand.
they speak English.
Yeah, hey,
I don't think so.
you don't think the Jokic just speak English?
Yeah.
Hey, as much
The brother
as Tommy
learned
does,
how.
which is
The
not-
brother learned how. Jokic learned how. His brothers don't know how.
I don't know enough to know how accurate that assessment is, but I would say this: if that is true, if what Isaiah is saying is true, I'm very disappointed in my brothers.
Also, for like a giant Eastern European ex-gangster, he should have knocked out that little weaselly dude that he punched.
See, I didn't, but
Yeah.
again, we'll circle back to it.
Only thing that dude was missing
Yep.
was a like plaid pearl snap button-up shirt away from being a scarecrow. That's what he reminded me of.
If I only had a brain,
He looked like, you know, those like the floppy dancy guys outside of like when you're having like a going out of business sale. You fill them
like
through the air and
inflatable arms.
the inflatable
Yeah.
arm, they're whipping around.
Yeah.
He looked like one of those, and he still couldn't knock him out.
So the way he ate that punch, what do you think he was drinking?
I don't-
What do you think was
Okay.
What do you think was in his cup for him to just absorb it?
should I
Once
watch
he-
it?
You should hit it. You should see it, Fred.
I don't know, Vicodin maybe?
I don't know.
A hydro.
Why aren't his seats closer?
That is weird, isn't it? Why
Because-
isn't the family at home up in a suite?
Because remember last year the incident they had
Oh God.
when they almost Jokic got into a fight and they almost got on the court. They
Yeah,
both
I do
were
remember
having
that.
to
They
be
came
held
down to the
back.
court.
All right, hold on. You guys are really not being friendly here. So this is over a seat and down extended from his body. This is not on the aggressor or the aggressee. No one practices this punch. This is punching down. This is like,
Well, I mean, it's literally punching down.
Oh, yeah,
because he's
shoot.
two rows
Shoot,
below
yeah,
him.
that's right. Yeah. Well, you won't see him the rest of the year. And you know what Nikola Jokic is going to say? No, you cannot come.
Yeah, you had chance.
Yeah, you
You ruined chance.
again. You ruin it.
You are last in horse race to my heart.
Cinnamon.
Yes.
It's roll of cinnamon.
I'll see them in the roll of the cinnamon.
Yeah, you punch him like roll of the cinnamon.
I ask you to go in sweet. You don't go in sweet. You want to be around
Oh.
people. Then you punch people. You don't understand. I don't make an understanding of
No.
this.
I have strong left hand. You have no hand. I would like for you to go home now. But not my home. Home Russia. You leave. They're not from Russia. Slovakia.
Next question: does L.A. like ban them proactively?
Yeah, 100%.
Or they just wait for like something to happen there?
So what they do is they get the biggest, baddest dude on the block, okay,
Yeah.
and they find
Free
out
tickets.
what seat that
Mhm.
that Jokic's brother is in. What's Jokic's brother's name?
Surround them.
So, Strajina. So, Strajina. You and then you sit down two just like Dwight Howard looking dudes. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
One on each side of them.
Yeah, you
Left-
put Charles Oakley on one side, Bill Lambier on the other.
and you hand them
That's a scary combo.
a death note.
Yeah.
It says as soon as enjoy the game is all the
Mhm.
death note says.
Yeah. You put him in between Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou and just hand him a piece of paper that says, go.
I don't hate any of this plan.
Try me.
I would hate to be so famous and so good, the best at the current craft you're in, right? He's the best individual on the planet
at doing that thing.
At that thing, the
Yep.
thing of basketball, and you still have a dirtbag family. Like, you can't get away from it. Like, and you're telling them, you're like, did I say Slovakia already? It might be Slovenia, whichever one it is, right? So you're like, I'm bringing you out of it. I'm bringing you to salvation.
Sure.
Yeah. All you have to do is pet my horse.
Get this. So 5 years ago on Reddit, there's a story. Someone is behind his brother, Jokic's brother, and it says, one of Jokic's brothers came over by us at the end of the game. He was making his way to the visitors' locker room tunnel because he wanted to hurt Portis. He is a large man. And this is 5 years ago before they even had that reputation.
And none of these dudes on this team have regular brothers.
Well, I mean, before the American media knew they had that reputation, they've had that reputation since they were children.
Let's
not get that part twisted.
Another page. Jokic's brother arrested on suspicion of assault for allegedly choking, pushing woman.
So he's got domestic violence stuff. That's a real thing in his life.
He's a head case.
In Eastern Europe, that is how we show love. My love comes directly from fist.
And I think this might not be correct again, boys, but I feel like I have heard at some point the reason that his brothers are even in the country is because he's like the hired bodyguard for like his wife and kids. This might not be correct, but I think that is accurate on why he has a visa.
Well, it looks like the wife and kids were the bodyguards in this situation because she was literally holding their tiny baby and trying to hold back the giant Russian gangster.
They were next to him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Put them in a suite.
Why aren't they in a suite?
Put them in a suite. You have to keep them separate.
Yeah. Get that baby some earplugs.
You and I have a friend in our shoot life. Like, we have a friend in our non-radio life, and we won't say his name.
Please
but
don't.
You and I both refer to him as liability. Okay. You don't take your liability
when
friend
you know.
When you know they're a liability.
Bubble wrap those mothers.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't get
Put them away.
And especially if it's amateur hour. Do you know what amateur hour is? Round 1 of the NBA playoffs. Because that's when people can still afford tickets.
Yeah.
That's when, if you're LA guy in Denver or vice versa, you can afford to get out there. You leave your liability friends at home.
No, you put them in a suite.
Put them in a suite.
Put them in a suite. You're about to be 3-time NBA MVP, 2-time world champion.
Right.
And you can't keep your family under wraps? Good Lord, man. Pretty please get it together.
You just like look at that liability and you go, listen, you're annoying. Like, and you be very factual about it. You be like incredibly factual. Like, because of this behavior, you are a failure. That is it.
Yeah.
Like, these are only facts.
I think it being Big Brother may have a part with it. Like, maybe mentally, he's like, I don't know how to psychologically. He's been like this his whole life. What am I supposed to do? And it's not affecting his money yet.
Here's what you're supposed
to do. There's a lot of good Hollywood motion pictures at that exact same storyline.
Yeah, and they'd be
the crazy brother. We can't keep it under wraps. He does something stupid, but it was in what he thought was the best interest at the time. And then the hero has to save him out of some sticky situation. And then he apologizes and cries, and then he does it again 3 months later.
Well, you forgot about the part where Quentin Tarantino is licking Salma Hayek's feet.
Yeah, okay.
You left that part.
Anybody's feet. Literally anyone. Anyone will sign up for that role.
That's a special one.
Book it. Let's go. The move though, like, and it's an easy one to learn, right? Like super epic comeback. I get your brother was the distraction at the end. Murray hits the shot. It's over the most popular team in the NBA. It's over the greatest player to ever play the game in the NBA, LeBron James. It is a big moment. All you have to say is this: scoreboard.
Yeah.
And then it's over.
Yeah.
The thing is done.
Over. He was like the size of 3 of that other guy. Posed no problem whatsoever.
Hey, and we're not talking about this part. If you're other guy, if it's you, Van Nunley, I know you pretty well. I don't at all believe for 1 second you would not lean over to me and go, hey, Fred, I'm pretty buzzed right now, right? And I go, yeah, man, you're pretty buzzed. And you go, cool. I'm about to catch a 6-figure settlement off Jokic's brother.
From the GOAT.
He should have did a backflip and just fallen down.
Oh, I
the
know,
roads
and just immediately crumbled to the ground.
Yes.
I would have started speaking Slovakian. I would have said he punched it into me.
You knocked the English out of him?
Yes. Hey, security would come over to help you. I'm talking like yellow shirt ones, but also like ones in suits.
Sure.
And I'm talking the police, and I would have been like, "Don't touch my client."
Immediately.
Immediately.
How? Like, how do you allow that to happen? Like, you've known your brother your whole life, and you keep putting him in these situations. Tried to run into the locker room,
but again,
more than one time.
The real takeaway from this segment is how you and Isaiah don't understand torque and follow through from like from a higher ground position over an object into a human being. Yeah. He didn't really. What the punch was, there's no way you can really punch from there.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the final. Obi-Wan told us about this.
Yeah.
Didn't he step down though? He stepped down like almost level.
I don't know. He leaned over.
It was more of a lean.
Yeah, he put his left hand in.
They asked Nikola after the game about the incident. He's like, "You'll see why I like horse more than people." What do you say here? Exhibit A.
Nikola, why does your brother punch like he's wearing sandals? He's like, "No."
We do everything in sandals.
He's raised around in family.
He's I'd be so bummed, dude.
I want to see how the dad functions.
Is he in the picture?
He's probably like an astrophysicist. I don't know how children turn out like this.
Branislav Jokic. His name is literally Brain.
Okay, see?
I don't there's like nothing on the internet about him.
He looks like he raised some wolves.
Okay, so it's here. So this is we all should have known this. He's in the world of horse training. So this super tracks. Now you know.
He looks like he's ordered a hit before.
Nikola, no.
You know?
Hey, right now, we no longer focus on horse race. You focus only basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Horse race, that is for me.
For fun.
It's like that, Zay, you're too young. It's like that commercial from the 80s, Van, where he's like, I learned it from you, Dad. That's what he's like.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
No, you are too chunky, you're too chubby to be jockey. You play basketball.
Yes. You think I have 5'4" son? I am 6'12".
Also, other son do not like. He not mine.
I train you to raise horse. I train him to be gangster.
Dastardly.
Yeah. Look at the both of you. Success.
Yeah. Now, which one of you bring me my horse? He treats them both very equal at the house, though. It's like one's not Nikola Jokic.
Yes, exactly.
I also like how both our Russian accents are straight rips from Grand Theft Auto. Whenever we get back from the break, more from Rio Bravo Brewing. We're going to touch on the Knicks game. I promise you that. 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Sports Animal. Josh Hart did foul Tyrese Maxey on the inbounds pass. Brunson did pull a Maxey's jersey, and it should have been called.
Mhm.
Maxey's push-off on Hart was marginal. Probably should not have been called. Nurse should have gotten a timeout. These things are all factual. Best finish ever.
Still, with that being said, all those awful X's in that awful equation, if you're a Philly fan, still fantastic. You still got to make the shots. You still got to grab the rebounds. You still got to do what you need to do to get a good shot off. They did their part.
Hey, 30 seconds.
Also, it's NBA playoffs. You're going to miss a lot of foul calls both ways. You're going to miss them all the time.
30 seconds left in the game. You're up 5.
Zebras should not miss a timeout call from the coach when they know one's coming.
Correct.
100% of the time in that situation, any coach worth their weight in feathers will call a timeout right there.
I was a patched official for 4 years, and I've only ever called high school and junior college.
Mhm.
So if you feel like I'm talking from a place of expertise, I am not.
Mhm.
But I can say this:
expertise adjacent.
Yeah,
sure.
Hey, maybe I'm an expert at sloppy play because I've seen a lot of sloppy play because I have refereed high school and junior college basketball. With that said, there's something about the referees trying to get into position when the ball's doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're such what's supposed to happen, you're moving, but you still got to have an ear open.
Yeah.
You have to be that guy.
Know. Especially when it's in a situation where one is coming.
Yeah. 30 seconds left. You're up by 5. This thing should be over if you're Philadelphia.
Yes.
Okay.
The announcers were even talking about, hey, we did our job. We split on the road. We're going to take it back to Philly. Took home field advantage back from them. Home court advantage back from them. See you guys in Philly. 30 seconds later.
So they hit that pull-up 3 or whatever. It's that weird inbound. No foul, roll around. Ball comes loose. Kick it for a 3. And you're like, all right, that's good. Oh, no, they miss or whatever. The same cat who hits the 3 gets the rebound. And you're like, what is going on here? Another one?
Yeah.
Like now you're up by 1. You went from a 5-point cushion over the course of about 16 seconds to chasing 1.
Yep.
And then you don't know what to do. And not to be that guy or whatever after some free throws, but you end up with Embiid with the weakest 3-point attempt of all time.
Not great.
Not great.
Not great.
All.
Not great. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. You put it in your best player's hands. And that might have been a call. That might have been the call. It was a bad one if it was.
When OG hits that free throw or whatever and it's the inbound, first of all, the Knicks come too close to get the inbound. And I'm not trying to be the guy that's going to really break down a play.
Sure.
But they're not going to put on that full court pressure there because they don't want you to beat you down the court for a coffin corner kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be outside the 3-point line when you get the inbound. But the inbound is on the 3-second circle or whatever, the defensive circle underneath the basket. And you're like, well, this is stupid. And then you have no time left.
Yeah.
You're just going to give it to MB to shoot it from the Chase Bank logo or whatever is on the court there in New York. And it was not in question at that point. Not in question. Oh,
you saw the same things happening at the end of Lakers-Nuggets game. D'Angelo got smacked in the face an obvious foul. When LeBron went up for that next to last shot, he was fouled. Obviously, Lakers fan and LeBron fan cannot complain about fouls ever. They missed that one.
Ever?
But they get 99% of the other ones. Lakers shoot more free throws than any team in the league by far. So miss me with that. But they're going to miss calls no matter what. The big one to me is missing that timeout. That really altered the fate of the 76ers.
The 76ers are not a team of destiny. Let's be really clear on that.
Right.
But, they jumped out to a big – I think they're up 11 in the first, 3 minutes of the game.
Sure.
And then – and I get it, game of streaks. Please don't at me with all these cliche terms. But how do you not maintain that literally for the whole game?
Right.
How do you not – is the moment too big? Can you not just slow down offensive sets? Can you not just go down and trade baskets for the rest of the night and go home winning by 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
Yeah.
That – and Fried, you're really oversimplifying it. You know why? It's a game.
Sometimes it's simple.
I mean, it can be made simple.
Sometimes you can make it simple. It's awful luck for 76ers and 76ers fans. You got to think if the 76ers were playing almost any other team except for the Nuggets or Celtics, they'd be up 2-0. If the Lakers were basically playing any other team except for the Nuggets or Celtics, they'd be up 2-0.
Well, if you're a Philly fan, like, awesome that, like, I was going to say you got the baseball team, but they're not really that thing right now. They're good. It's over. You're dead on the inside. It is over. 2-0 is over. And then what? Like, what do you do to this team in the offseason? You got one player who can really play, except, I guess, when it comes to crunch time and defensively.
Yeah.
Where's Embiid in any of this? You can't. Hey, and hear me out. You can't get the rebound off a long three. Tip that thing to half court.
Right.
Just throw it.
Get it away. Get it away.
76ers fans like, listen, we've been dead for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, you never, if you're a fan, especially if you're a fan of a team that has a guy of the caliber of Joel Embiid, you're never just happy to be there, guy. But as awful as our season went, to go on a late run and get into the playoffs, you're kind of happy you're there. No one ever says that, but still.
The texter says Jalen Brunson is 16 of 55. I don't know if that's true, but the Sports Animal text line is saying that Jalen Brunson is 16 of 55 shooting.
Still better than Jamal Murray.
Is Tom Thibodeau kind of lost that idea that he's just a jerk? Like, is he a good coach now?
I think he's just like a more of a general than a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With 45 seconds left, there was a 89% chance that the 76ers were going to win the game, according to a statistic that was put up during the ESPN broadcast.
That seems low.
Our TNT broadcast.
That seems super low for being up more than 2 possessions with 30 seconds left.
8 points in 27 seconds to win the game is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Wasn't Tibbs on the receiving end of the Tracy McGrady thing all those years ago? The 13 points in 33 seconds.
Oh my God, he was, wasn't he?
He's because if you remember on the sideline, he's doing like the palsy hand. Do you remember all that?
Yeah.
And you're like he can finally rest.
Mm-hmm.
Like he slayed a demon.
Nah.
You remember when Roman Reigns decided to hit Seth Rollins with the chair at WrestleMania?
Of course I don't.
Instead of fighting Cody Rhodes with it, because 10 years ago, Seth Rollins betrayed Roman Reigns and disbanded the Shield. Do you remember that all those years ago?
Of course I do.
Whenever he sided with the Authority, that was Triple H.
I really hope friend of the show knows what you're talking
know what
about.
I'm talking about?
One of us knows.
The greatest betrayal in the history of pro wrestling when Seth Rollins did that. And then just a couple weeks ago, 10 years later from that event, Seth Rollins was in the ring trying to help Cody Rhodes defeat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania in Philadelphia, by the way.
Oh, my.
Fan.
Okay.
And Roman Reigns, with chair in hand, couldn't seize the opportunity to defeat Cody Rhodes. He had to get finally, all these years later, 10 years later, revenge on Seth Rollins. Do you remember that?
Of course not. No, of course not.
It's like that. It's exactly like that.
I remember The Undertaker came out. I think that's it.
God, dude, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It was right after that.
I must have missed that part.
Put it on the rock.
Okay.
Jabroni.
What's the Undertaker's insult? He doesn't say anything. Like, he doesn't talk.
He says, "Rest in peace,"
And that's it.
That's basically it.
Okay.
He's
not a man who needs words.
no, he has a presence.
No.
And he had Paul Bearer all those years.
Needs eyeliner. Yeah.
You know what I want to throw in about The Undertaker? I think it's very underrated.
Don't say Rudy Poo.
No.
Okay.
I think it's very impressive how when you look at a lot of the superstars, I feel like Undertaker is probably biggest amongst superstars that did not need the belt to be who they were. Like most of the other superstars in the WWE, they were made the champion.
Isaiah,
Undertaker was like never the champion.
This is a tremendous I-9 varsity today. Thank
Okay.
you. Today's I-9 varsity The I-9 varsity of dudes who didn't need the chip. The I-9 varsity of dudes who didn't need the chip. Van. Thank you,
Okay.
Isaiah. Your first I-9 varsity of your professional career. He's clapping for himself. There's no
Well
one
done.
in the studio.
That was you guys. That was them clapping. Friends of the show, they were clapping for me.
Sure it was, Jeb Bush.
I would never give myself a round of applause.
Isaiah's like whenever an Instagram model puts up a fake like skyline behind him. It's beautiful when I'm out. Dudes that didn't need the chip. Got it right here. Yeah, I would put although he had it multiple times.
Okay.
The Undertaker had it a lot.
Did he?
He definitely had it. He just didn't need it.
Oh, he just didn't need it. Oh, okay.
Dudes who didn't
I like
need
that
the chip.
angle. I like that angle better.
Dudes,
Yeah, like he could be the biggest and
Had
would
it,
never
but
have
didn't
the
even
belt.
need it. Okay.
And when
Sweet.
he had it, it wasn't that long.
Got you.
nice.
Still probably won't go that route with it, but whatever.
Is there a reason at all to talk about the Cavs and the Magic when we get back?
Is there?
We try to find a reason to talk about the Cavs and the Magic whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On live from Rio Bravo Brewing. It's we're across the street, Van, from Creamland. Taco Tuesday. And they're smoking wherever the barbecue is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's not fair.
It smells fantastic everywhere.
4 of my 5 senses love this.
Ooh.
And I'll tell you which one doesn't whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Best way I could come up with covering the Cavs Magic's game. Final score, Cavaliers 96, Magic 86. Cleveland leads the series 2-0. Man.
I heard Disney's this type of year. So go check out what Orlando has to offer. The weather's turning. It's a pretty nice part of the country over there.
Cleveland's nice in its own way. Getting SummerSlam.
What's that? Is that like a new thing at Denny's?
Moving on.
The SummerSlam?
95.9 FM and AM 610.
Is it a blue light special?
That's Kmart. You remember Kmart?
How about a blue plate special? How about the thing that was in my head that didn't come out of my mouth? How about that? Is it one of those?
It got it in my hand and it made my hand go weird.
Is that another wrestling reference? I don't know what that
Evil
is.
Dead. Yeah, works at Kmart.
Huh.
Bruce Campbell.
Oh, okay. Had a giggle out of those probably 2 decades ago when
Army
they're
of
relevant.
Darkness, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they came out like earlier.
Wow.
Old.
Old.
The sports animal. Back live at Rio Bravo.
Yeah.
Mandy Vaquera joining us on the program. Mandy.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Mandy runs all the promotions over at the Cumulus Cluster. You hung out with us over the weekend as we were part of Project Heartstart over at the pit.
I did.
We had a lot of fun, huh?
There was a really good crowd there.
Yeah. How long was the line for people to do chest compressions on you?
It wasn't very long at all.
Me and Mandy, it's usually pretty smooth sailing while we're out at these things.
Yeah.
But there was a part where we ran outside full speed to stop all of the tents from flying away.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, those tents are scary. What was funny is we had asked the big boss, can we take him down? And he's like, no, not till 10 o'clock. And we said, okay. And then as they started blowing away and we all ran out there, he thought it was a good idea.
Then
it was a good idea.
when they started Mary Poppasing away.
Yes.
Yeah. Shim, 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 shiree. I don't know any of that. Mandy, how's your kid doing?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, really good.
You and him going to win any athletics or what's up?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Is that a conversation like around the dinner table having a collegiate athlete kid?
Yeah, you know what? Especially because he entered the transfer portal now, so
What?
it's a
Ooh,
very
all right.
Okay, so I didn't know that.
yes, yeah, I know.
NIL.
So, well, and I don't know if you saw this breaking news today. But we were just talking about this. The FTC banned non-compete agreements today.
I said it's kind of like the transfer portal. Is that what you guys
yeah,
said?
pinch poke immediately.
I told him that was exactly what it is.
Van and I, we're gonna now. This is an original idea. No one's
Okay.
ever done this before.
Okay.
Van and I are talking about taking our talents to South Beach.
South Beach.
Do you think that
Do
is?
you need someone to help you with that? Because I'm.
Would you like
Yeah.
to go?
Yeah.
Ah, well then.
We were like, oh no, non-competes. Like so we looked to our left and we looked to our right and we said, well, there's really no competitors here in town, so that's not going to be.
It's not an issue.
It's not a
It's
thing
not
here.
an issue.
So, but okay. So, how does the transfer portal work then? Are you learning it as a mom? Like, what's the deal?
I'm trying to. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, he reaches out and he's very good about that.
Yeah.
He reaches out to
Do
everybody.
we want to say
and-
a sport? I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could say he's
He
in
runs
track.
fast.
He runs fast.
Super
very fast.
Very fast. Yeah.
We're like impressively fast.
Yeah. Way fast.
The fastest.
I mean, almost.
Yes.
So yeah, he runs track. He is talking to a few colleges now, but it's so crazy because he's gone on a few visits,
Yeah.
and those people, they just fly him out there and they like put him up in hotels and they go feed him for 2 days, and they get to put the cool uniforms on
And like a cheerleader shows them around campus, that kind of thing.
I doubt that because you would be in the transfer portal.
you know the most common denominator I've noticed with the transfer portal? Everyone who's courting one of these athletes,
Yeah.
they take, they dress you up and they take like
Yep.
really nice pictures. They all have thrones. Every single one of them
Yeah, it's
has
right.
has a big royal regal chair. Who makes all these chairs?
I have no idea.
Every college has one of these giant king-esque chairs. It is
Yeah.
wild.
No, it's pretty cool. And I wonder what they give them all these outfits to wear. And,
Yeah.
they put them all on. And I'm like, how many kids go through those outfits? They're just like, here, put on the other one. Here, put on another
Well, it's
one.
like a photo booth at like
Yeah.
someone's second wedding.
Uh-huh.
It's not a
Exactly.
nice photo booth. It's like it was a little cheaper this time.
Yeah.
It's you ever seen like we were at the Bananas the other day, right? So we're at the Savannah Bananas and they have all these props they use. And you guys have been to like movie studios and lots.
Yeah.
Like screen use stuff is often pretty crappy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like all these props have
There's
been in.
trickery to make it look nice. Yeah.
Like they just fool you. That's got to be the same thing here.
Yeah. No, they totally do. And then trophies. Oh, that's they let them hold the trophies.
Yeah.
And here's the trophies.
Yeah.
so.
All right. So you don't have to name a college, but give us the name of a city he's gone to.
Arizona.
Okay, it's a state, but it's
Okay.
close.
Oh, sorry. City.
Yeah.
It's
Flagstaff.
Arizona,
Flagstaff.
Arizona City.
Yeah.
Sorry, Arizona City,
Arizona City, Texas. So, all right, so he goes to Flagstaff.
Yeah.
And,
Hey, NAU is like
He went
the
to NAU.
program. It's
He went
the
to NAU.
program in the country.
well, and it's similar here with growing up here. He should be able to run fast with no oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
well, that's what I'm hoping
level-
for. is
level
that,
up one.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes down to like California or something, then he's got it made.
Yeah, too fast. It's
Yeah.
not fair.
Mhm.
When you come back with a weird accent, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, California.
California.
Yeah.
Mom, we like totally won the ship.
Mom, I'm coming home for Thanksgiving, and I'm bringing. He's just my friend, Grayson.
Great.
And I'm gonna have to miss Christmas, Mom, because the waves are tubular. We're
Gnarly.
gonna totally shred.
They're
Man.
gnarly.
Me and some of the boys got our backpacks, and we're gonna hike up to Half Moon Bay, and we're going to camp for the weekend. So don't think you can reach me by cell. That's what he's gonna turn into.
Mom, you'll never believe it. I petted a seal.
Mom, I showed a picture
Oh
of
my
you to my friends, and they asked me where you got your work done. That's what it's going to be
Oh
like
my
when you go out there.
Oh, geez.
So, anyways,
No.
go to Flagstaff. So what he's going to be. So you're like a kid. He's a kid. We're not. I don't like to divulge our family's thing. But
Yeah.
he's a late teenager, early 20-year-old.
He's-
Sure.
Yep.
Yep.
Early
And
20s.
and he's going to these places, and they think you know everything about them. So they're like, "Hey, here's our culturally relevant food. Here's our culturally relevant destination." And the 20-year-old kid's like, "Oh, I didn't see this on TikTok."
Well, the first thing is that he goes to Flagstaff, and they, on the itinerary, they send him. It says such and such Mexican restaurant, and I'm like, you're bringing the kid out from New Mexico to
sure.
go eat at a
Yeah.
Mexican
Also,
restaurant.
that's where my fam is from.
Okay,
There's a couple good ones.
is there? Okay,
But it's like Mexican. It's,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll know the name of this place as they say it. The pizza place by the railroad, in the mall area of downtown. Whatever, it's right there by the railroad track. I know you know what I'm talking about.
I can see it, but I can't think of the name.
That's the only place I know in Flagstaff,
good.
Yeah.
and it's hecka good.
Mm-hmm.
Hecka good. The years ago when I was moving around the country, one of my a listener doesn't know this. So for like 2.5 years, I just drove around the country. I was like no interest in like living a regular life.
yeah.
So I would do this thing where I had a Razor flip phone.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I could get like 1G internet. And I was like, I'd be like in Albuquerque or whatever. I think it might have been Albuquerque. And I was like, I need help moving in Flagstaff, like on Craigslist. And then like some guy calls me and he's like, yeah, I'm moving my daughter into a dorm. Like I need help moving.
There you go.
Yeah. So this guy gave me $100 and I was like, I can make money doing this.
Yes.
And I did it all over
Oh.
the country. Oh, it's right
Smart.
there in Flagstaff.
Heck yeah.
So anyways, tell your kid to do that. Meet strangers in dorm rooms.
Oh yeah.
Wait, la, 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 la.
Mm.
I think Mom knows better than that.
Good.
Here's how you know which one he's going to pick, though. It's whichever one courts you, too, right? Where it's not just calling him out. Like,
Yeah.
bring Mom.
Well, my big seller is that one of the colleges called him and they were like, "Oh, how can we help you get in? We're going to get you scholarships. We're going to
Yeah.
get you we're going to try to get this school paid for." And I'm all about that life
Duh.
because scholarships are hard to come by, especially in track. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
they have what 5?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. The athletic
Full
ones,
rights?
yeah.
Yeah, athletic ones. Yeah, so
Well,
they're
that's-
trying to help him in any way.
Well, and, maybe for the friend of the show that wasn't a collegiate athlete, which, by the way, is most of them, the only thing that gets scholarships is basketball and football. And it's nothing else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They-
totally.
If you played collegiate baseball and you
Mhm.
got paid to do it, it's academic.
Mhm.
Like if
Sure.
if you were track and field thing,
Yep.
exact same thing.
Yeah,
And a lot of those, like, and specifically women's sports with Title IX, there's a lot of money available to help.
Mhm.
But no, for like kid from middle class home that just runs fast.
yeah.
Yeah, like
No.
It's huge.
Go work at the all subs.
Yep, exactly. I need funds.
Also,
but GoFundMe.
just pick who's going to buy Mama their new Mercedes.
That's
There
the
you
one.
go.
Yeah, come
There
on, let's
you
go.
Mom, why do you keep picking all these universities next to car dealerships?
Yes.
Who's Uncle Luke?
Yeah. Why are we in Pontiac, Michigan? This is wild. Can you imagine your kid
Hey, did
going?
you know this lady used to be on Full House? This is wild.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Oh,
Can you imagine your kid being in snow? Like if he goes to a college with snow.
That sticks.
Yeah.
That doesn't melt by noon.
How would
Yeah.
you handle that?
yeah. I don't know about that. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. He calls you.
No Flagstaff.
Yeah. Mom, how do defrosters work? And you're like, I don't know. I'm also from Albuquerque. Try hot air first. See what happens. You have to open.
Just don't pour hot water on the windshield.
What? Who does that? No one's ever done that.
You haven't seen people do that?
What?
When the window just
I
Right?
absolutely have never seen
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of misinformation on the
Uh-huh.
internet. This might be coming new to you because you never go on the internet, but there's a lot of misinformation out there.
People don't do that.
Yeah, they do. They get boiling water in a pot and then they pour it on their window, thinking that.
Not for real. Because now that they're recording it, they know that's going to happen.
Yeah, no, that's for real.
But they're doing because they know it will fail, right? Like it's not. Oh wait, are you talking like ring footage? Like just people in their driveway?
Well,
There's all sorts of different
yeah,
footage.
I think it's just all
Go down a
over.
wormhole tonight.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah.
hate when you tell me to go down wormholes.
Go check it out.
So anyway, now that we're going to South Beach,
Okay.
the world is our oyster professionally.
Why South Beach?
Also, oysters are oysters there.
Yeah.
Oysters are probably way better there than here.
I love covering sports talk in Albuquerque because there's there's no like top tier pro team. You know, we have fun AAA baseball. We have fun arena football. We have fun arena soccer. We have fun professional soccer. You know what I don't have to do is cover every single day the Cardinals, the Blues, the Rams, the Illini,
Yep.
Mizzou, the Billikens. Like none of that is here. But now that we don't have a non-compete,
Right.
There you go.
also, do we have to like redo our whole contracts? Like, how does this work?
I don't know.
I really
I
don't
didn't
know.
think
If
about that.
anyone's going to be the first to innovate, it'll be us.
Like, do you think they
That's for
just
sure.
throw them in the fire and we all have a bonfire with them and that's it?
We like you and I tomorrow knocking on it. Well, it's a wrestling show tomorrow. Are you coming to wrestling tomorrow at the El Rey?
No.
Oh, you're going out
No,
of town.
I'm leaving out of
Oh.
town. I'm going to North Dakota.
That's not real. So
I mean, there's not going to be a program tomorrow, obviously.
No,
because
we have a non-compete.
our holdout starts.
yes, we.
Yeah.
This is the only leverage we had.
Mhm.
You guys are throwing out the first pitch tomorrow too. Don't forget that.
Oh, we were throwing out the first
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Where? Because we
Okay.
have a non-compete now.
Oh, now.
We can do it anywhere.
pitch.
Well, now I'll be like your underwriter person.
Oh,
so I'm going to
yes.
go out
Thank you.
and just make sure that you guys are getting your money's worth.
And every day I'm like, any 3-letter network. Just I'm taking calls.
Oh, no.
It is
Wow.
wild though. Like, and the exceptions were very few things. It was like top end CEOs. Like that was like the only thing that it didn't apply to.
Right.
Really?
This is all workers. Like, way to go,
Mhm.
FTC. Like,
About time.
Heck yeah.
heck yeah, it's about time.
It is. It
All right.
is.
So, all right. So you'll let us know when you can let us know off the air when your kid signs somewhere.
Yeah, I will for sure. I will. Then maybe we could take the show there.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
a
We've
good
got to
answer.
follow the athletes around.
So you have a girlfriend and she
She
works.
does. She works. She lives in Poland. She's from Poland. She
Oh, so
goes-
I didn't know this was like an official thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, so I'd heard these
Yeah.
stories.
No,
So she doesn't care which college he's
she
at.
goes to school here, but she went in the transfer portal too, so she's leaving.
Oh, so that's going to determine where he goes.
Uh-huh.
Not really.
Yeah,
Not
come
really.
on.
They did try to go as a package deal though, which I didn't know was a thing. But they like talked to a lot of schools about like if you get her, then you get me too. So
Did she already sign somewhere or no?
she's about to. Yeah.
So that's where he'll go.
No.
Listen, Van and I know how love works.
I know how it works too.
Me and
I
Van
know.
are never going to break up.
No. Never.
Like,
Never.
the show started here at 95.9 FM and AM 610, but it will end like in North Dakota.
There you go. Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Where-
Hey, that's why I'm going out there. Got to go prospect you guys.
Hi, you're listening
Yeah, thank you.
the baddest sports talk in Cheyenne. It's Fred and Van.
Wait, hold on. Cheyenne is
Cheyenne
not in North Dakota.
in North Dakota.
Are there multiple
Wyoming.
Cheyennes?
We're making our way north. So our first stop, Cheyenne. Yeah, then we're going to have several years in Cody
Uh-huh.
and then make our way over. This is, wait, is Cody and Cheyenne in the same state? They are.
Canada's too cold for me.
I was
We can't
gonna
go that far
say.
north.
Oh, God. Can you imagine my whole life was poutine?
Mm.
My gosh.
It'd be a
That
good
just
life.
made me happy.
If you go, if you
The Sabres didn't win today. We got to tell you all, you boys, sorry. Just sorry. Oh, my goodness. They'll come back and get another winning streak next week, don't you know?
the real reason Mandy came by, she brought us something.
I
Yeah.
did. I did. We had our bouquet bracket and we made some little certificates and
So the winner of the birthday bracket was.
Sadie Salsa.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you watch our social media thing?
I did. It was so awesome. If you haven't seen it, people go see it because it's
At
so
Talk
funny.
ABQ on Instagram.
So good.
We did a Sadie salsa bit.
Watch
with,
bananas and party animals eat salsa.
It was so funny.
I love how much everyone loves that Sadie Salsa. Like
duh.
even at the Super Bowl when we were there, like
Yeah.
they loved it.
Holly Holm loved it.
Mm-hmm.
We were like,
no, she gets it every day.
yeah, well, that's a
so.
good point. Well, we were like, Holly, you want to do a radio spot? She's like, not with you. And I'm like, Sadie
Mhm.
salsa. She said, yep, I'm in.
Yeah.
The best. She's the best. Mandy Vaquera,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thanks.
Whenever we get back from the break, today is it's the Isham Dental soundbite of the day.
Ooh.
Zooming on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
4P Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Rio Bravo Brewing. I'm Fred Slow. Van Nunley is here. Van, welcome.
Hi, good to be here.
Joining us on the program, Steve Palmisano
What's up, guys?
of the Duke Store. Steve, how are you?
I'm great. I walked in here. I had no idea you were here.
That seems like a lie.
I look over in the corner, and there you are.
What are the odds?
And I was missing you guys, so I was happy to see you.
You went to the Bananas over the weekend?
I did not.
Okay. Jealous? I bet you are of us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all over social media. I attempted to get tickets at one point.
I know the story you want to talk about.
Solid. No, I do not. They were locked, solid, shut.
So the real reason you're here today, we got you some tickets for Mesa. So if you want to make the
Mesa?
trip, yeah,
I'll be there. Is
So-
it tomorrow?
it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tomorrow you're busy. You're at the
I'm a little busy.
beautiful and historic El Rey Theater tomorrow night for Duke City Championship Wrestling.
I can't wait. It's been a couple. I've missed a couple.
Why do you keep skipping them?
Well, because it's so exciting
Mm.
when I'm there. It just wears me out for like the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I kind of need to take a break.
Okay, smart.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, self-care, Steve.
Right.
Just,
Self-care.
I mean, say it the way it is. Best
Plus-
best drugs you've ever done.
And when Hobo Hank loses, I just can't. I can't handle it.
A lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, same.
So you remember years ago when you gave up the NBA because of
Yes.
politics for some reason?
Could have been that. Could have been LeBron James.
He's the best one ever,
He's apparently the GOAT.
which stands for
Crybaby.
Nice.
Okay.
he doesn't win playoff games anymore.
No, it's the replay center fault.
He was fouled. I mean, he was, in his defense, he
But
was
in the
fouled.
second quarter.
But also, he had like 6 shots that weren't fouls.
He was complaining about a foul that happened in the third quarter. It's like, come on.
I mean, it was a turning point of the game, really.
But I mean, you know what?
I mean, if it's 2 points, would have turned the game around.
He played great.
do you think that Aaron Boone should have been thrown out of the baseball game yesterday?
I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
saw it.
I watched every
I was
second
like,
of it.
oh my god,
It was hilarious.
sounded terrible.
So
Did you see the guy behind him who was actually talking smack to the umpire, not Aaron Boone? The reason Aaron Boone got kicked out of the game
Yeah.
because there was a heckler heckling the umpire
Yeah.
that the umpire thought was Aaron Boone. And like in his best Groucho Marx impression, he takes his shirt off and he's just wearing his undershirt in the exact same seat in the exact same hat. Like no one's the wiser.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was hilarious.
you know how Captain America tries to hide from Hydra in the Marvel movies,
Uh-huh.
and he just wears a hat
And he
lower.
puts on a hat.
Like, it's that kind of attempt. You remember when Steve Bartman ruined a lot of people's lives for 10 years?
Yeah.
And he did the same thing where that's what this guy did.
Well, apparently the ump didn't care because that's what he said.
Yeah, I don't
Well, it's too far. You can't toss. You can't untoss him out.
It's
You
like,
already
I don't
tossed
care
him
who
out.
said it.
They were two pitches into the game.
There's no replay for tossing the coach out.
Yeah.
I was going to pull the audio for the soundbite of the day. We didn't pull it because it was like way too long for it all to make sense. But I ended up pulling like a different one, boys. Are you ready? So Isaiah, you have ready for us the Isham Dental soundbite of the day?
Of course, I'm the producer.
Oh, okay.
I like that
Just
confidence.
using titles now.
Man, I haven't been on since Zay has been the producer.
Yeah, it's a lot nicer.
You
Huh?
missed a lot.
And when I think I was once since A. Marie was gone. So this is
It's like
it's
a
ready to go. It's
Welcome to the
breath of
future.
fresh
I'm
air.
glad to be
Oh my
on here
God.
with you, Steve.
Nice.
the Isham Dental soundbite of the day.
Sarang choked up on that bat. Whoa, did he go? He did. Wow. Look at that look. I mean, they're all. Sarang choked up on that bat. Whoa, did he go? He did. Wow.
All right, so what this
Look at that look.
is Jared Davy Jones sends
Stud.
who is a stud, by the
Oh, my
way.
God.
He puts one high and inside to Bryce Terang, who swings so far through it that the ball ends up like grazing off his inside knee. The catcher gets it, and he ends up laying on his back, striking at the end of the inning. And Jones just walks off the field like he didn't just do the most impressive slider of all time. And the broadcast team is like, so that was insane.
The ball moved like 18 inches.
It was so nuts.
It looked like a fastball coming right inside. Bryce Terang got those knuckles tight, started to swing, and before he knew it, it was behind his back foot. Oh, it was dirty.
I guess, when Pittsburgh starts playing in the playoffs, they have a guy now.
Yeah.
Like, it's that good.
They're about to have two.
So wild.
Paul Skeens is coming soon.
505-881-0422. Reach out to Scott Isham and Isham Dental ABQ. Sign up on the website. You get the exclusive offer, Steve, of free exam and x-rays. You've met Scott.
I have.
You shook his hand.
He has a great smile.
Yeah.
Yep.
After you shook his hand, did you say, hey, Scott, what was it like having these fingers in Fred's mouth?
I forgot to say that. I did not say that. But now I need to go wash my hands.
He did ask other people that, though. Like a lot of people.
Is that what you and Mandy were talking about when she left? Is that what you, okay.
Right.
I don't like that energy at all. Yeah. Accepting Medicare A and B and, all of the different insurances. So if you need a little help with your grill, reach out to Scott Isham over at Isham Dental. He will set you up for success. It was a conversation before, like how much better looking I was than Van. It's now non-conversational.
I can't even look at him.
Yeah, I mean, the conversation ended that you're still not as good looking as me with a whole new set of teeth.
So much better. It went from 1A, and you could have argued either way, to now it's not even close.
I mean, it really helps my public image now that you look better, because like it's been rough for a few years now taking you in public.
Listen, if you would ever stop cosplaying as a professional bowler and put a little focus on the...
I'm getting real close.
That's why...
Friend of the show, who's not watching on video, talking about my wrist wrap. I tweaked my wrist. It's almost better. I'm almost back to
He
normal.
looks like Parker Baum III.
I don't even want to
God,
know
I
how
wish
that
I looked
happened.
like that.
Yeah, how'd that happen, man?
Chorin. I was literally digging a trench and tweaked it, and then I kept lifting weights and working
You're 42.
with my wrist.
Liar.
You got to the end of the story there. I realized I was 42, and I just can't do that anymore. So I took a few days off and wrapped my wrist in off-brand Kinesio tape. By the way, our friends at Kinesio Tape,
Call us.
505-246-0610, or slip slide into the DMs at TalkABQ on Instagram. We're your boys.
Steve, what do you think the real reason is?
I don't even want to.
Fly fishing?
Probably.
Jellyfishing?
Could be. Chorin?
Chorin.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what chorin is?
Well, I mean, could be.
Chorin is when you meet a hot girl on a dating app and then she asks you to like do some like chorin around her house.
Digging a trench.
Is that what you call it, man?
Yeah, I mean, the name of our program is Two Men On. So, I mean, there's euphemisms galore.
Steve, what's going on at the Duke store?
Oh man, we are anticipating a large delivery of new hats.
Ooh, baby!
Several new shirts.
I already have the Dallas Cowboys colored one.
Yeah.
What's like my net? Like, are you still doing those kind of themes of like your favorite team colors kind of thing?
You know, it used to be where I'd say, this is kind of a Dallas Cowboy color. And then they'd say, oh, do you have anything else? So that was, I quit saying that for all teams because you never know.
You never know.
I used to say, it's kind of like a Pittsburgh Steelers thing. Oh, don't want that.
No thanks.
The one I wear all the time is the silver and blue, whatever the Dallas Cowboys colors. And like, I think like most people are hecka jealous of it.
Yeah.
Like it's the thing that I wear out the most, and I'll wear your shirts and stuff too. But that hat, people are like trying to be like
always
you.
sells fast.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm the man. Yeah. And that Somos Unidos jersey I wear all the time too. That one you gave me? Oh, and actually all this stuff is kind of praised universally now that I'm saying it.
Yeah.
What is that cream jersey I wear? Is that like the original?
Vintage, yeah, the vintage logo from the 1940s, 1950s.
Hey, sweet that you said that because people have asked me which one's that from, and I'm like, 1940s, honestly.
Oh, you got it right.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Somewhere in the 1900s, 0 to 99.
Once it became 42 years old, though, it threw its wrist out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Chorin.
So, Chorin.
Yeah.
Steve Palmisano, thank you so much. When we get back from the you want to do the I-9 varsity today?
Absolutely.
All
I
right,
love
so
that.
today's the I-9 varsities. The I-9 varsity of dudes who didn't need the chip. It's Two Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Boys are back live at Rio Bravo Brewing. Steve Palmisano stuck around. Steve, what's up? Welcome back. I like this place. Why use more words? League office 280 at 99sports.com, 505-312-4999. Reach out to I9 Sports. Get your kids enrolled in some programs. Currently, basketball clinics going on. You can register now, Van. Register now.
Oh, I'd love to.
Right now.
I'm in.
All right. So, Steve, earlier in the program, and this was an interesting one, Isaiah was trying to out-pro wrestle me and point out guys who never needed the championship to be relevant. And he said The Undertaker, who multiple times had the championship.
Oh.
So, today's I9 Varsity, the I9 Varsity of dudes who never needed the chip. I will go first.
Sure.
I will then be followed by Van.
Okay.
Steve will go third.
All right.
And Isaiah, you'll bring up the caboose, okay?
All right.
So give me Sting. So Sting never held the WWE Championship.
Oh, that Sting.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now, I recognize the big gold belt, and I'm not going to downplay its existence or relevancy, but he didn't need it. Iconic look that was stolen from him by the movie The Crow.
That's a pretty good one. That's a good answer. Good answer.
It's not strike that, reverse it. Van?
Okay. The 1988 Cleveland Indians.
Okay.
Just a ragtag bunch of dudes. I mean, they were set up for failure.
Yep.
You all remember,
Willie Mays Hayes.
Rick Wild Thing Vaughn, Jake Taylor, Pedro Serrano, Roger Dorn. They were supposed to fail.
Not Willie Mays.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, legendary announcer
What about
Harry Doyle as well.
What
of
about
course,
Takata?
Harry Doyle. They were set up for failure. They didn't need the championship. They didn't need those rings. They didn't need to hoist that trophy. I mean, the friends that they made along the way and the lifelong experiences they had is way better than the championship. So first on my I-9 varsity of dudes who didn't need the chip, the 1988 Cleveland Indians.
Steve?
I don't even know how to follow that one, but
You don't have to.
Yeah, Van does that.
I would, yes, I would say the LeBron James in 2020.
Nope. So he's won.
He didn't need the 2020 chip.
No one did, right?
Yeah,
So stupid.
because it's
The bubble.
fake.
Good answer, Steve.
My second was Andre the Giant.
Naturally.
He had the chip.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, here's the thing, Steve. Fred, he switched the question a little bit because my original point was that Undertaker, he did have the belt, but when you think of Undertaker, you could take the belt away from him, and he still is the same iconic Undertaker.
Right.
So I think that yours was very good.
With LeBron, he's the same. He's the same without the chip.
Of course. My first one's going to be
without it.
Isaiah?
My first one will be, I know you're not too big on boxing, Fred.
No.
But Ryan Garcia, and to give you a little information,
Familiar.
in the most recent fight, Ryan came in 3 pounds overweight, and what that does is disqualifies you from the chance of winning the belt. But Ryan was quoted, not only was he slamming a beer while he was standing on the weight scale, he says, "What good is it to make weight if you lose? I'm here to win, not to make weight." His quote.
Nice. I mean, I don't know if that's nice.
It's a good one.
It sounds like a loser to me.
He won, but
I mean, not in life. Like, just that one night.
debatable.
What a battle, not a war.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I mean,
Didn't need it.
you guys, like, I feel like the three of us here at Rio Bravo and, Isaiah to a much lesser level, we're all living the dream, the American dream.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like one Dusty Rhodes, Van, the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, who had chances against, of course, superstar Billy Graham and others in the late 70s and 80s, including the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
You're pretty good.
He one time fell on hard times.
Yeah.
We're talking about wrestling.
Hard times.
Are we talking about wrestling? Sorry.
Did not need the chip
Yep.
to be as over as any human being has ever been in the world of professional wrestling. Iconic by every definition of the word. Give me Dusty Rhodes.
It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Pretty good.
I thought you were talking about the singer.
Next on my I-9 varsity of dudes who didn't need the chip. Got some dudettes who didn't need the chip, boys.
Okay.
The year's 1943.
Ah.
All the able-bodied men are at war.
They're at war.
Fighting evil.
Yeah.
The Axis powers.
That is correct.
Hitler and the Nazis.
Mhm.
The men are a little bit busy.
Yeah.
But you know what you need here in America? America's pastime.
That's right.
And who stepped up?
The
girls
the city of
the Racing Peaches.
Yep.
They didn't need to win the whole thing to learn what community meant.
No.
Ex-club superstar Jimmy Dugan, he learned a lot about himself. He learned a lot about relations with the fairer sex.
Like intimate, or are you talking like
They did not need
talking
to
about
hoist.
Jordan?
They did not need to hoist a trophy to realize that they're perfect just the way they are.
His problem was trading Kit, because if he hadn't have traded Kit,
Mhm.
it would have been a different outcome for the club.
You're right.
Just trying to be that guy right now.
But luckily, Dottie and Kit, after their severed relationship, mended fences, and all are better because of it.
There you go.
So next on my I-9 varsity of dudes who didn't need the chip, the 1943 Racing Peaches.
Steve?
I don't even know what that meant, but and I don't even know. Anyway,
Rockford
Aaron
Peaches?
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is the answer. Okay. Are you just naming people you don't like?
I'm not sure. I'm
It's
getting
not
this
much of a
game.
secret.
Right. But that's my next dude who didn't need the chip.
Got it. Good one.
Okay.
Yeah, super
Very
good.
Strong.
Didn't need in a different context. I like it.
Isaiah?
Didn't deserve. Mine's gonna be Tony Romo, of course.
Oh.
Van, as soon as you said America, I said, man, America's team,
Uh-huh.
America's guy.
Sure.
Tony Romo did not need the ring. He just didn't need it. He's still the greatest Cowboy quarterback ever.
Should have gave one to Jessica Simpson. That's what he
Mhm.
should have done. That's the ring he messed up on.
Put a ring on it.
Hey, yo.
Pretty good.
Survey time. Scott Hall never needed the chip, boys.
Okay, who's that?
Original founder of the Outsiders, obviously
Oh, I love those guys.
the inventor
They beat the Socias.
of the Razor's Edge,
Oh, different outsiders.
and
Okay.
formerly known as Razor Ramon.
Oh,
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Thank you, Isaiah.
okay.
Are you here to see WCW? Boom. Or the NWO?
Okay.
Give me Scott Hall, brother.
Not bad. That's a pretty good one.
His entire gimmick was just a rip of Scarface.
Yes. It's very obvious. Very obvious.
It's incredibly obvious. Van, last one.
Hall, his real given name, like that's
Scott Hall is his shoot name.
that's his shoot name.
Yes.
Okay. It didn't do the best Spaniard. He didn't do the best Latino.
The
Not quite believable. But a legend nevertheless.
he would say machismo.
I'm glad somebody taught him that word at
Yep.
least. Next on my I-9 varsity of dudes who didn't need the chip.
Heads up, this year cleanup.
Okay. Oh, we're going all the way with it?
No, we have to go to break.
Nah,
And
that's
too
fine,
short.
I
Yeah,
suppose.
that's the whole thing.
The 1975 Chico Bail Bonds Bears.
All right. Yep.
Okay. Led by Morris Buttermaker, an alcoholic pool cleaner and former minor league baseball pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a little cash underneath the table
Yeah.
to rear these young boys into the champions that they would soon become.
why do you use
Overcoming all odds.
Rear.
They did
champion
not
boys?
need to hoist that trophy to really plot their own course and send their lives in another trajectory.
Mhm.
So final on my I-9 varsity.
That's your
Dudes
final?
who didn't need the chip. The 1975 Chico Bail Bonds Bears.
Steve, I'm not trying to derail your next one, okay? But how does Van go through this terrible list and not do Casey at bat? Like, I don't understand how when you're naming the most famous shortcomings of all time,
Yeah.
Casey at bat, I believe, is arguably the most famous one of all of them. And you just left it completely off your list?
Sure. I mean, you could argue and you'd be wrong. You'd be very wrong.
Tell me right now, is there son in Mudville?
Okay. I'm not familiar with his later work, but when he was in the Sunshine Band, that's when he really shone.
It's very good. Yeah.
Steve?
I didn't think I was going this round, but I like taking the opposite side. So like Yogi Berra, he didn't need the chip.
Okay. Yeah. Probably an ism there somewhere.
He has 12 of them or something.
He did well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Claimed to be from the Bronx, actually wasn't. Isaiah, last one.
Mine's going to come with some audio, Fred. This one's for you.
Oh,
Thank
here
you.
we go.
Okay. So Kurt Hennig is a special human being.
Is that
Oh,
what that
yeah.
is? Okay.
Mr. Kennedy, WWE wrestler, by far the most charisma of all WWE wrestlers. And he was pretty trash. He was never good, but he was still managed to be a fan favorite. So I had to pick him.
Honorable mentions: Jake the Snake Roberts, Kurt Hennig, Lex Luger, Ted DiBiase, Owen Hart, Vader, Ravishing Rick Rude, the British Bulldog, Rowdy Roddy Piper. Don't forget St. Louis hero Harley Race, Bam Bam Bigelow, Wade Barrett, and Paul Orndorff. I'll throw Jerry the King Lawler in there for good effect.
All right, my obvious cleanup hitter that I don't have time for is a 1987 Durham Bulls, obviously. Duh.
Did not win the chip.
Nope.
It was the Jamaican bobsled team that put Steve,
No comment.
thank you so much. We got one more seggy, and then it is our friend Jasu Sean after the break. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Who are the Cowboys going to draft?
A quarterback, a couple receivers, some linebackers.
Why would you
a
draft
center?
It's just the whole team.
A offensive line, and probably some defensive guys.
The only reason
Boom.
to draft a quarterback right now in the first round is if you want a 6th-round draft pick in 4 years. Because that's
Smart.
That's what happens to all of them.
Playing the long con.
Hey, you want to see the best way to turn a 1st-round draft pick into a 6th-round draft pick? Take a quarterback in the 1st round. Caleb Williams will be booty, super booty. The Bears will ruin him.
I think they're trying to get Tony Romo back. I mean, because they heard
Ooh.
Zay talk about him.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be sweet.
It's not pro wrestling, you idiots.
As
You can't
long
just-
as he's not taking any snaps from
You lost me.
field goals.
Yeah, that's a big one.
he did screw that up. Remember that?
It's a big
I
whoopsie.
don't remember. It just for some reason came out.
That was my first year watching.
Should have been your last.
Oh man, you didn't just throw in the towel immediately?
It was tragic, but
But
I
they're
I like to see the undrafted guy from Eastern Illinois prevail.
yeah. I think they're all in though. That's what I heard.
If we're really into Eastern Illinois quarterbacks,
All into long snappers.
why aren't we all just Jimmy Garoppolo guys? I don't get it.
Did you guys hear Jerry earlier?
No,
That's
of course not.
He's
It's
all
pathetic.
in. He's all
Jerry's
in.
explanation is
All-
pathetic.
He's more than all in. He's all in.
He said, "I want
He's
to."
all in.
He said,
He said he's all in.
"I want to see more leaves fall before I can tell you what a tree looks like or something."
Yeah.
Stupidest
like-
analogy of all time.
He's like, you don't think I'm working on it? Just because there's no result doesn't mean I'm not working. Well, what do we care about? Them working if there's no results.
Hey, I do agree that fans shouldn't care. I
The
agree
no
with
names
Isaiah.
are going to be the big names.
I
I don't
hope.
know what that means.
Steve, thank you for coming out.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy
Also,
to see you guys.
thank you for being at the bar.
Oh, my pleasure.
Fred's laughing, guys. Just so you know, that's a laugh.
I'm so good at this game.
I just, I'm happy to be enlightened on professional wrestling.
Tomorrow night at the Historic El Rey Theater.
Makes one of us.
You drink so much when you're there.
I'm hammered by the time I leave.
Josh Sushan after the break. It's 2 Men On. 85.9 FM and AM 610. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks,
The
guys.
Sports Animal.
Marie Castillo. This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Rio Bravo Brewery. Van and I are 14 short minutes away from eating tacos.
Yeah, baby.
It's today's Tuesday, Van.
Yes, Taco Tuesday.
You know, during the break, we were talking about what thing we would like to be identified as with the word legendary.
Mm-hmm.
I would think I would like to be called legendarily taco consumer.
Taco consumptionizer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
taco-y, taco-er. So, anyways, on the program, legendary bobblehead collector, Jasu Sean.
That is not correct. I give away most of my bobbleheads, but thank you for the nice introduction.
What kind of weird requests do you get from people for stuff that they can get just by showing up to the game?
Well, so there's these two guys who are very charming and friendly and fun, and they host this sports talk show that's not really about sports. And I talk to them on a regular basis. They come out to the ballpark from time to time, mostly on Fridays. And those two are probably the most high maintenance people when it comes to like, can we have this? Can we have this before everyone else? Gimme. So everyone else is pretty chill except for those two guys.
Now hold on.
Classic Ron Burke.
I have some serious demands that haven't been matched yet. I keep asking for the Josh Sushan bobblehead holding the microphone, and I have yet to receive
where's that
one.
Bad boy at?
Well, it says it has not been created, but if you guys would like to sponsor it, I'm sure that we would love to give away 3,000 of them because I think there's like a good 13 people who'd be interested in that.
I mean, I'm two of them.
You know, at the end of like a bad weather giveaway day, Josh, where it's just like, whatever, the rain is terrible or something has come in, and like there's just at the end thousands of them sitting left over. Like, do you ever just want to like run it back on another giveaway?
You have to.
You're like, hey, the social media announcement. You know, try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, does that happen in your world?
That has not happened in the Isotopes world because our fans are amazing, and they go pretty darn quickly, especially anything that's mariachis related, but really all of them go pretty quickly. I would think that'd be the case in the major leagues when they say, hey, we're going to give away 30,000 bobbleheads, and then 15,000 people show up for it. That's more likely to happen there, but with us and with the minor leagues, when you're talking 2,000 to 3,000, that's actually the reason why we don't want to give away an enormous number. Like, we want to make sure that, if you're going to get it, you better arrive early because they're going to be gone quickly.
Sorry, Isotopes fans. The mariachi poncho, rain poncho, is rained out today.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sorry about that, boys.
Josh, is this the week we stopped talking about Sam Hilliard chasing home run records?
I think so. Yeah, I think that this is the week that he gets it done. And, I think that he wanted to do it at home. No, never mind. I was about to, make something up about how he intentionally did not hit any home runs in El Paso, but that would not be accurate. I'm glad that he's going to get to do it here at home. We're home for 2 weeks. For people who don't know, we're talking about Sam Hilliard is at 64 home runs as a member of the Isotopes. The all-time career record is 66. It was set by Jordan Patterson. So he's 2 away from tying, 3 away from breaking the record. Tonight we start a 2-week, 12-game homestand, and I'm super excited for him to break the record, and I'm excited that he's going to be able to do it here at home in front of all these fans so that we get to celebrate it immediately.
I love numbers. I love baseball. I love the numbers of baseball. But what I'm more concerned about is the number of dollar dog night dogs that are being consumed tonight.
Good question.
I know you're going to have 0 known hot dog hater, Josh Sushan, and I will be having 0 known vegetarian Van Nunley. What's the over-under tonight? Does Jim Griego, executive chef, and the rest of his staff have a number that they're trying to earmark and get over?
I do not know that for certain. I'm looking around the concourse right now, and I see some people have got 2. Looking in the stands, I think I see, there's 2 dudes. It looks like each one of them have 3. So that's 6 already just from those 2 guys. Normally it ends up working out to in the neighborhood of 2 per person because there's still going to be some people like Van who are not going to have any. Right. But then there's other people who are going to have 4 to make up for Van. So it's usually in that neighborhood of 1 3/4 to 2 per person for a night like this.
What is the max, though, Josh? If I walk up to the counter and I say, give me all
You can own bad news, good news, and bad news.
Okay.
Bad news, you can only take 6 at a time. Good news is you can do that unlimited times. You can have infinity hot dogs if you buy them 6 at a time.
So you could just do just like a figure 8, like get them and go back to the line and then get them again?
Yeah. We're talking to you, college
the challenge
students.
for you, Fred, would be order your 6, go into the back of the line, and see if you can finish the 6 by the time that you get back to the front of the line.
I wouldn't get one of those long trench coats with interior pockets, and then like do like a hot dog dealer, like out of that coat.
Walk through the crowd, sell $1.50 hot dogs, so you don't even have to get up.
Skip the line, brother.
Yeah.
Right here. And then ketchup and mustard, that's extra because that's how you
naturally.
It's the upsale. Loss leader.
Yeah.
Man, this is economics 101. Josh, economics of baseball, right? That's what we're going into.
Okay, what's the question? What's the topic? I was just letting you two go there for a second.
Was your broadcast booth left unbananaed in the time you were gone? Did it return the way you left it?
Good question.
That is a very good question. It is. It looks the exact same to me. I'm told that my booth became a staging area for all the other areas that needed lots of stuff taken out of them. Yeah, for anyone who's coming to the game tonight or anytime in the next 2 weeks, you will see. You won't know that the Bananas were here. I heard that all of them were lovely people and super nice and friendly, and they had nothing but positive things to say. There was a bunch of emails and video messages that were sent to John Traub and our staff, thanking everyone and thanking the fans for how much they enjoyed it and how much they made it super fun. I'd be stunned if the Bananas do not come back here. Really, the only question for me is whether they come back for 3 days in the future or whether it continues to be 2. That looks great, but I don't see any banana peels or anything like that around here, so I think it's all good.
Is your 1 minute timer still on your desk?
Well, I took it with me to El Paso because
smart,
the 1 minute timer is important everywhere. So yes, it is still there.
Hold on.
Trust issues.
All right, so I'm about to be this broadcast guy. You don't have a road setup and an office setup. You take it's all the same one everywhere you go.
Yep, pack it all up, take it with me on the road, bring it back, pack it all, unpack it, set it up here.
We live very different lives. When I was broadcasting collegiately, I had a setup for basketball, I had a setup for baseball, I had a setup for softball, I had a setup for football, and it all just lived in those broadcast booths the whole time.
A lot of backpacks.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything anywhere. Josh, preview the game tonight.
I feel like there's some people within the Cumulus building that could assist this happening for me.
Huh. Well, we would broadcast with you if you would ever just loosen up a little bit.
I'm loose, but you guys are not going to join me during the broadcast.
Yeah, we have to be invited. That's the big obstacle of sitting down with Sushan is we have to be invited.
Josh, what would I have to do?
That is an obstacle.
I could do it, whatever it is. If you name an unobtainable goal, I would obtain that goal. You remember in Avatar when they had to get unattainium or whatever? I could do it. I could be that guy. For 1 day with you.
I'd hook up with a blue alien.
But we have this glorious 15 minutes every day together. So,
we're live at
I think the world appreciates that.
We're live at the ballpark tomorrow. So
bonus.
We'll be in person. Van and I are throwing out the first pitch. So
really?
Yeah, it's a big deal. A lot of people are talking about it.
Okay. Better first pitch, Van Nunley or Walker Buehler?
Good question.
Ooh. I think it's going to be Van Nunley. I really do.
My man. Smart, because Buehler's obviously getting shelled tomorrow.
Do you feel like
how about the timing of this? Of all of the times for you guys to come out here and throw out the first pitch, it's the day that Walker Buehler's on a rehab assignment.
He wants the drip.
Have you guys figured out your clothing for tomorrow yet? Have you guys? I feel like this has probably been a part of the show that I missed, preparing for my broadcast. But what's going to be the attire?
We are both skipping Walker Buehler tomorrow to go to the historic El Rey Theater for Duke City Championship Wrestling. So we will be in pro wrestling regalia as we're throwing out our first pitch.
So you guys are going to throw out a first pitch and then go across town to the historic El Rey Theater?
We're going to run off the field, slide through the turnstiles into our cars, Indiana Jones style, and then make it to pro wrestling.
Fred is going to head out immediately. I'm throwing the first pitch, and I'll be amongst my people for a few innings. Then obviously I'm going downtown to the historic El Rey
I'm going to push Orbit to the dirt, jump over his body to exit Isotopes Park to make my way over to the historic El Rey Theater.
I feel like there should be like a special, like a special mode of transportation to get you over there, and that there should be a time lapse of the whole thing.
Or like Orbit's golf court? Is that what you're talking about? Like Orbit's going to drive me?
Or, I mean, maybe a hot air balloon, maybe a helicopter, police, escort. There should be something, right?
Hot air balloon's a good one.
Fred's never had a police escort before.
I've never been in a police car.
Me, on the other hand, multiple.
Van backs the
I've never had a police escort in any capacity. But I did a ride along with on a fire truck once, and that was awesome.
Oh, like a Make-A-Wish for you or something? Like, what do you mean?
No, it was a friend of mine from high school, and he's like, "Hey, you want to do a ride along?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And so I just put on the gear and rode along with him. We didn't have any action, which meant that no one's house was burned down, so that was like a good thing.
Good news.
But we had a couple of like false alarms. The coolest thing is when you're like driving on a street and everyone just gets out of the way when you're blaring your horns and going through red lights. That is the neatest thing ever.
We saw firefighters in practice this past Saturday at the pit when we were doing our CPR class. Someone actually had a heart attack right there during the class, and firefighters came over and administered the life-saving care that we were all learning in a group of hundreds.
Was this a bit or is this for real?
This is very for real.
Very real. Very, very real.
Is the person okay?
Whenever they,
luckily
they brought like a I don't know what it's called, a gurney. I feel like that's for people who don't survive.
Yeah.
But like a rolling thing, and the person got on it, and then everyone clapped. I'm not joking.
Really happened.
Wow.
You know, they usually put their thumb up like in Fallout when they're looking to see the size of the atomic bomb.
We don't know that.
So they put their hands up and did the Lobo thing. They put their hand up and did a Lobo.
So, Sushan, when you're on that fire truck, did you give like all of the scratchums to the Dalmatian? That's what the friends of the show really want to know.
Yes, absolutely. 100%, no doubt about it.
What did you get
really,
more of?
It's not really a ride along with the firefighters. It's really just a scratchums with the Dalmatians for the day.
For sure.
Did you give more scratchums to the dog or more Narcan to people around town? Like which one was more?
Scratchums.
The only real job.
Good.
The only real job of a
goodness.
firefighter. No buildings burned down anymore. Everything has fire suppression in it. It's not a current thing in today's age. How was Pilo today? We got to go.
Yep, Pilo's the pregame interview. Walker Bueller's tomorrow. See you guys in person tomorrow.
Hot dogs tonight.
You're going to see me 4 times this week, Sush. Wednesday night, Thursday day, Friday night, Sunday day.
Same.
I'm bringing your best friend Darby to the ballpark.
Also, I'm going to come
Sunday.
over to your house on Saturday just for fun.
Yeah, why not?
That was a pretty good day.
Early gates, Friday and Saturday.
Josh, thank you. Isaiah.
I'm going to hang up now. Thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Cool. We'll disconnect. Isaiah, you were okay? Van, final words?
Too much for the time allotted, my friend. Anything we didn't cover here, make sure you check out tomorrow morning, the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
Taking back that thing about Isaiah now because we had the
Dang it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So close.
Good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow at the park, Burke.